the shrinking cap, Grandpa.
Catch me if you can.
Grandpa! No, be careful! Grandpa, stop! Grandpa in my pocket. We laugh and play, and sometimes magic happens right before my very eyes. Grandpa wasn't very well, but he'd helped me to make up a song all about the two of us. He was doing all the actions to help me remember the words. And I wasn't the only one practicing. Jemima and her friends were practicing a dance. I always go wrong there. Don't worry, Jemima. And Mum was in the kitchen practicing her ukulele.
Try again.
And me.
Bravo! Absolutely wonderful. You're going to be a star, Jason. Do you know that? When you sing that this afternoon, they'll be so impressed.
Yes, all of us were practicing because this evening we were going to be in Miss Smiley's summer show. Miss Smiley is called Miss Smiley because she's always smiling. She has the biggest smile in Sunny Sands. And what's more, she makes the most delicious treats ever. Her cafe is the best cafe in the world. And every year she has a summer show.
Your singing was sounding great, Jason.
Are you coming to the practice at the cafe this afternoon, Dad?
No, I'm going to tidy up the beach hut. Mum will take you and I'll see you later for the show. What was I going to do? Sandwiches.
I really wish you could come to the show, Grandpa.
I'll put your lunch in your backpack, Jason.
Mum, please can Grandpa come to the show? Please? I can't sing without him there.
Oh, yes you can, Jason Mason. You'll be fine, won't he, Grandpa?
Of course he will.
Grandpa's had a poorly cold and the doctor said he must stay at home till he's really, really better. OK, I'll see you in a minute.
Don't worry. I'll be there.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
Grandpa might be a bit poorly at the moment, but when he's wearing his magic cap, he has more energy than anyone. Grandpa! Quick, hide in my backpack. Dad's coming. Wrong one! That's Dad's backpack.
Right, I'm off. Good luck, Jason. See you later.
This was a disaster. Grandpa was supposed to come to Miss Smiley's cafe in my backpack, but instead he was going to the beach in Dad's. Then Jemima and her friends came in, and Mum came in, and there was nothing for it. It was time for us to go. So we all got into Campo and set off for Miss Smiley's cafe. And Jemima said, I'm really excited. And Mum said,
So am I.
And all Jemima's friends said,
I can't wait. It's going to be fabulous.
But I was really nervous about singing without Grandpa. I wondered how he was getting on at the beach with Dad.
Fine mess I'm in now.
Dad was emptying all the stuff out of the beach hut to have a tidy up. Some of my toys were there, including Gordon, my seagull.
Oh, getting a bit breezy.
I knew Grandpa would have a plan, because Grandpa always has a plan.
Oh, Gordon, am I pleased to see you. To Miss Smiley's cafe, please, and hurry, before the wind gets up. Come on, Gordon, giddy up.
As you know, Grandpa's magic means that he can make anything go when he's small. Even Gordon, my toy seagull. Everyone was starting to practice for the evening show. Troy was singing a song he'd made up and doing really well.
Oh, well done, Troy. Very good.
You'll go, Jason. What's the matter? Scared or something?
I so wish Grandpa was here. He wasn't keen on Troy, and neither was I.
Come on, Jason. Come and practice your song now.
Well, go on. Scaredy cat.
I tried to sing, but nothing would come out. I can't do this without Grandpa, Miss Smiley.
Yes, you can. Grandpa's fine at home, getting better. He can't go flying about right now.
But that was exactly what Grandpa was doing. Flying about.
Wait! Look out, Gordon! The wind's blowing us off course! No, not this way! I have to get to the cafe! I have to get to Jason! Oh! I need to be at Miss Smiley's cafe, not Mr. Whoops' shop! Really, Gordon, call yourself a seagull and you can't even cope with a bit of wind? Oh.
Whoops! Hello, Gordon. How did you get here? I don't remember Jason Mason leaving you in my shop. Ah, well, I'm so excited about the show, I'm forgetting everything. Get in the costume box, eh? And I'll take you back to Jason.
Oh no! How am I going to get to the cafe now?
Oh, and I nearly forgot the balloons. Must get on or I'll be late.
And off went Mr. Whoops, forgetting to shut the door behind him. The bad news was that Grandpa hadn't managed to get back on Gordon. The good news was that now he had another way of getting to the cafe. There was still no sign of Grandpa, and the show had begun.
It's hot, feel the heat of the summertime beat. Let's hop to the beat, move your feet to the beat of the summertime heat. We'll go dancing in the summertime, dancing, and I'm feeling fine. We'll go dancing in the summertime at Miss Smiley's summer show. We'll go dancing in the summertime, dancing, and I'm feeling fine. We'll go dancing in the summertime at Miss Smiley's summer show. At Miss Smiley's summer show. Let's dance.
The wonderful world of Mr. Whoops. Whoops! We're off to the beach. Hooray! What wonderful fun we're going to have with Mr. Whoops today. Whoops!
And now, everybody, I'd like you to give a big round of applause for Jason Mason.
It was my go. Where was Grandpa? I was sure I couldn't do this without him. Every day with Grandpa is a day to remember. Every day with Grandpa's a surprise. Every day we laugh and play, and sometimes magic happens right before my very eyes. We can pretend we're flying to the moon or diving to the bottom of the sea. We are explorers, spacemen and superheroes. Anything we want to, we can be. Sometimes we imagine we are in a rocket zooming around the Milky Way. If I could keep Grandpa right here in my pocket, then he could be with me all the day. We can pretend we're in the deepest jungle, waving from the top of every tree. We can climb rainbows, we can have big adventures. That's the life for Grandpa and for me. Yes, every day we dream what we could be, 'cause we're a team, my Grandpa and me. I felt really happy. After the show, I brought Grandpa home in my pocket and rushed into the house ahead of everyone else. Cap off, Grandpa, quick!
You did it, Jason. Well done.
I couldn't have done it without you, though, Grandpa. Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Here you are, Jason. Mr. Whoops found it in his shop. Very odd.
And I had it at the beach hut earlier today. Even odder.
How are you feeling, Grandpa?
Oh, much better.
I knew you would if you stayed at home and kept quiet all day.
Yes, it's always best to stay at home when you're feeling poorly. You don't want to go flying about.
And Jason did brilliantly. He didn't need you there after all, Grandpa. Grandpa in my pocket! This is Miss Smiley's cafe. Miss Smiley is called Miss Smiley because she's always smiling. She has the biggest smile in Sunny Sands. And what's more, she makes the most delicious treats ever. Her cafe is the best cafe in the world. And today, Mum was taking us to her fun kitchen. Miss Smiley was going to teach us how to cook some of her delicious recipes. We were going to cook some of Grandpa's favourite treats, including Miss Smiley's Strawberry Surprise. But just as we were about to leave the house, the doorbell rang. Mum went to answer it, and guess who marched in? Floyd.
I'm going to Miss Smiley's fun kitchen and I need a lift.
I knew what Grandpa was thinking because I was thinking it too. Not Floyd. Floyd lives in the house opposite, and he goes to my school. He loves boasting.
Look at my new watch.
He loves playing jokes.
Come in. Boom, boom, boom.
And he always wants everything his own way. Grandpa agrees with me. Floyd is a big, spoilt show-off.
Check out my new skateboard. Come on then, let's go.
Will you be all right while I'm gone, Grandpa?
Oh, yes, I think I'll just have a little lie down. Floyd cooking at Miss Smiley's fun kitchen is a recipe for disaster. There's only one thing for it. I'm coming too.
Not a shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
You know what happens when Grandpa shrinks. He can get in my car and make it go. He can fly on Gordon, my toy seagull. He can get into our Sunny Sands train and chuff around. Or he can just run for all he's worth. I'm the only one who knows about Grandpa's magic shrinking cap, and nobody else is allowed to see him.
Quick, Grandpa, jump into my backpack.
But he was too late. Just at that moment, Floyd came back in.
Are you coming or not? But, Floyd, no, I need him.
So we all got into Campo and went to the cafe. Grandpa had missed his chance of coming with me. Now he had to find his own way of getting there. But I knew that Grandpa, being Grandpa, would have a plan. Mum dropped us off at the cafe, and lots of our friends were already there.
Has everyone got their aprons on? Good. Don't you spoiling your lovely clothes. No, come closer.
I'm not wearing an apron.
Now, today we're going to be making two of my favourite dishes. Suck-up spaghetti and my very own strawberry surprise.
While Miss Smiley was telling us how to make suck-up spaghetti, Grandpa arrived. Suddenly, I saw him on the dresser.
Now, you're going to make your very own. But because it's a bit messy, we're going to make it in the kitchen.
So we all ran into the kitchen.
No need to run!
Floyd came stomping after us in a sulky mood. Then Grandpa jumped off the dresser and ran to Miss Smiley's table. While we were all in the kitchen, Floyd crept back into the cafe. He was up to his usual tricks. The bad news was that Floyd had plans for the spaghetti. The good news was that Grandpa had plans for Floyd. While Floyd wasn't looking, he climbed into the cold spaghetti. Floyd went over to the bowl and picked it up. And this is what happened next. The spaghetti started to wriggle. Worms! Wriggly worms! I had a pretty good idea that it wasn't wriggly worms. It was a wriggly Grandpa, and I was right.
Floyd, what's going on?
There are wriggly worms in the spaghetti!
Wriggly worms? There can't be. What were you doing with the spaghetti in the first place?
Nothing. I didn't touch it. It was wriggling so much it just fell off the table by itself.
Really? Well, you can at least clear up this mess.
I couldn't let Floyd see Grandpa.
It's all right. I'll do it, Miss Smiley.
Oh, thank you, Jason. That's very kind. Floyd, in the kitchen, please.
Teacher's pet.
Oh, Floyd!
I was hoping that Grandpa was all right after his fall, but I needn't have worried.
What are you doing, Grandpa?
I've always wanted to skip with spaghetti.
Soon, we'd finished making our suck-up spaghetti.
Lovely, 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 lovely.
But Floyd's wasn't lovely.
Now we're going to make pudding. My very own strawberry surprise. And all you need are some strawberries, some cake, some custard, strawberry jam, sugar, cream, and some slices of fruit for decoration. And this is what you do. Decorate it then.
Soon, everybody was busy making the strawberry surprise. Everybody, that is, except Floyd. All he wanted to do was cause trouble.
Who did that?
It wasn't me. Floyd! It wasn't me, Miss Smiley, honest.
Miss Smiley was looking less and less smiley by the second.
This is supposed to be my fun kitchen. It's not much fun for anyone right now.
Don't worry.
Miss Smiley went to clean off the custard, and Floyd started messing with Zach's strawberry surprise. I knew Grandpa would be really cross with Floyd now, and I was right.
I've had enough of this. Floyd has got to be stopped. This is what we'll do.
Soon, everybody had finished making their strawberry surprises.
Oh, you've all done brilliantly.
But Floyd hadn't done brilliantly.
Now, all we have to do is the washing up. Right. Just take as much as you can. Don't overload yourself. Come on, Floyd, you too.
It was time to put Grandpa's plan into action. I rearranged the fruit slices to make a cross face on Miss Smiley's strawberry surprise.
Perfect, Jason. Now you leave me to it.
Grandpa knew Floyd would try to get out of the washing up. And sure enough, he sneaked back into the cafe. Grandpa was ready for him. First, Grandpa knocked over the cups and bowls.
Hey, what was that?
Then, Grandpa ran behind the jar and started wobbling it about.
I don't like this. Miss Smiley!
Young man, I want to have a word with you.
Who said that?
Me, Sydney, the strawberry surprise.
This time, Grandpa had gone too far. He was pretending to be a talking pudding.
I've had enough of you spoiling everybody's fun.
It wasn't me, it was Jason.
Don't give me any of that rubbish. I saw you. It's got to stop.
Yeah. Okay. I can't believe I'm talking to a strawberry surprise. Miss Smiley, come here, quick!
What's the matter, Floyd?
Did you know your strawberry surprise can talk?
Oh, please, Floyd, no more tricks.
It's not a trick! His name's Sydney. Look, his face is all cross.
You must have done that, Floyd.
No way, it wasn't me! Go on, Sydney, say something!
But Sydney had said all he had to say. Now it was time for Floyd to own up.
I really don't think I can take much more of this.
Okay! I did do all the other stuff, like dropping the spaghetti and flicking the custard. I know I shouldn't have. I won't do anything else. Promise. I'm really sorry.
Thank you for apologising.
But it's true about Sydney.
Miss Smiley started to smile again. And her smile was bigger and better than ever. Grandpa's job was done. He climbed into the plane and flew home. He got back just before we did. Grandpa whipped off his shrinking cap and came back to his normal size.
Oh, we did it, Jason. We taught Floyd a lesson. Well, you, me and Sydney. Teamwork, eh?
Yes, Grandpa. Teamwork.
Oh, you've woken up, Grandpa.
We had a brilliant time. We made suck-up spaghetti and Miss Smiley's strawberry surprise.
Oh, what a great feast.
Miss Smiley made you some spaghetti, especially for your supper. I'm going to heat it up for you now.
Floyd was really awful at first, but then he started behaving himself. He said the strawberry surprise told him off. A talking pudding? I don't think so.
Well, that's what I call a real surprise.
Grandpa in my pocket! Today, we were playing the Captain Dumbletwit board game. Dad and Jemima had taken Wolfie out for the day, and Mum was in the garden, practicing her latest hobby, juggling. When suddenly, one of our friends dropped by.
Whoops!
Yes, it was Mr. Whoops. Mr. Whoops is called Mr. Whoops because he's always having little accidents. He falls off things, he falls over things, he even trips over his own feet.
Whoops! What a beautiful music box, Mr. Whoops.
I know. I fell in love with it the moment I saw it. And I know just the person to give it to.
Who's that?
Miss Smiley. She loves music. And this musical box plays such a lovely tune. I've even made up a song to go with it. And I'm going to the cafe to sing it to her.
Yes, today was the day Mr. Whoops was going to sing a song for Miss Smiley.
To tell you the truth, I'm a bit nervous about singing it to her.
You need some practice.
That's exactly why I'm here. I was hoping to sing my song to you first.
Oh, that would be lovely. Yes, please, Mr. Whoops. Sing away. We'll all pretend to be Miss Smiley.
I have to wind the box up first to make the music play. For that, I need the key. It's at the back here.
Mr. Whoops turned the box round, but the key wasn't there.
The key's not there. Oh, that's odd. Perhaps I put it in my pocket.
But the key wasn't in Mr. Whoops's pockets either.
Perhaps you dropped it in the garden. You had a little accident there, remember?
Oh, yes, I did.
I knew what Grandpa was thinking.
Mr. Whoops is going to need our help, Jason, and I'll be more help to him if I'm small.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
You know what happens when Grandpa shrinks. He can get in my car and make it go. He can fly off in my plane. He can get into our Sunny Sands train and chuff around. Or he can just run for all he's worth.
Quick,
Grandpa, hide! They're coming back!
No luck, I'm afraid. The key's gone missing.
So was Grandpa by the look of it. Gone for a little lie down, I expect.
Maybe the key's in the toy shop. I had a little accident there too.
Can I come and help you look for him, Mr. Whoops?
Jason's a very good looker.
That's good, because I'm a terrible looker. Shall we go?
Best of luck.
Now Grandpa would have to find a way to get to the toy shop by himself. And he did. Soon we arrived at Mr. Whoops' toy shop. Luckily, Mr. Whoops was busy looking for the key, so he didn't notice Grandpa flying in. I quickly hid the plane, and Grandpa quickly hid himself. We were just in time.
Whoops! Oh, the key's not down there. Maybe it's on the top shelf. I'll fetch a ladder.
Grandpa, get down, quick! Mr. Whoops is coming and he'll see you!
I found the key, Jason. It was in the fire engine. Catch!
I've got the key, Mr. Whoops!
Jason, you are a good looker.
Of course, I couldn't tell him that the real good looker was Grandpa.
Where did I put the musical box?
You must have left it at our house.
Whoops! How silly of me. We'll have to go back and get it. I'll just put this ladder away. Safety first and all that. Whoops!
Are you coming, Grandpa?
Of course. I'll race you.
Grandpa jumped off the shelf and ran to his plane. He took off and flew out of the shop. Ready when you are, Mr. Whoops. Grandpa easily won the race back home, which wasn't surprising, as we were walking and he was flying.
There it is! Now all I need is the key. What did I do with it?
I knew Grandpa had to be somewhere. Then I saw him waving to me from behind the chair.
Got it! Phew!
Are you going to sing for us, Mr. Whoops? I mean, for me.
Well, I'm going to give it a try. Mama. Actually, I think I need a glass of water first.
So Mr. Whoops ran off to the kitchen, and Grandpa ran after him, just to check that he wasn't going to have another little accident. Mr. Whoops found a glass.
Whoops! Oh, my wonky glasses! Oh, my wobbly bottom! I've had a little accident. I've dropped the key down the plug hole. That's it. It's lost forever now. I'll never be able to wind up the musical box, or play the lovely music, or sing my song for Miss Smiley.
Oh, poor Mr. Whoops. Come on, let's sit down.
Grandpa, where are you?
Here.
We'll never find the key now.
Oh, yes, we will. I told you I'd be more use if I was small.
But Grandpa, you're not small enough to fit down the plug hole.
No, but I am small enough to climb up the pipe at the other end.
So we went outside and found the other end of the pipe. And Grandpa crawled up it. How are you doing?
Got it! I'll send it down. Way!
You're so brave, Grandpa.
Oh, it was nothing. I'm a bit damp, though.
And a bit smelly. Now I had the key, we could all go to Miss Smiley's cafe. Me, Mum, Mr. Whoops, and Grandpa, of course, hiding in my pocket. As soon as we arrived, Grandpa jumped out. He climbed onto the shelves so we could get a really good view. Mr. Whoops was feeling nervous.
Oh, this is a lovely surprise. Have you come for some of my summer mess?
No, I haven't come to eat. I've come to give you this. Whoops!
Oh, what a gorgeous box. Oh, thank you, Mr. Whoops.
Oh, It's much more than just a box. I'll show you. All you need is this little key. Whoop! Oh no! I don't believe it! I've lost the key again!
We'll help you find it.
Thank you.
So we all started looking for the key. I couldn't see it anywhere, but I could see these. This time, Grandpa had gone too far. He'd taken off his clothes and was running around the cafe in his pants.
It's such a small key.
I was wondering where Grandpa had got to, but I didn't have to wonder for long, because the next thing I saw was this. The key was in Miss Smiley's summer mess pudding, and so was Grandpa. Grandpa, get out of there quick, before somebody eats you for pudding. I found it!
Thank you, Jason.
While Mr. Whoops was getting ready to sing, Grandpa had cleaned himself up and was back in his clothes. I put the key in the back of the music box and wound it up. The music started to play and Mr. Whoops started to sing.
Miss Smiley, delicious Miss Smiley. I love her sizzling sausage stew. I'm a fan of her tropical smoothies too. I adore her groovy grape delight and her cherry chunks all red and white. There's no one I rate as highly as Miss Smiley. Miss Smiley, scrumptious Miss Smiley. Her peacock salads are a healthy treat, but her chocolate sundaes taste so sweet. When it comes to puddings, I must confess, you just can't beat her summer mess. There's no one I rate as highly as Miss Smiley. Smiley, Miss Smiley.
That was so lovely, Mr. Whoops. It makes me want to cry.
When the song was over, I put Grandpa back in my pocket and we all came home. I rushed in ahead of everyone else and put Grandpa down on the floor. He whipped off his shrinking cap and came back to his normal size.
It was a bit messy, Jason, but we did it, eh? Teamwork.
Teamwork!
Oh, Grandpa, you're up and about. Mr. Whoops kept losing the key, and Jason kept finding it. He's such a good looker.
Just like his grandpa.
Well, it was all worth it. Miss Smiley absolutely loved her song.
I'm sure she did. Miss Smiley, scrumptious Miss Smiley.
Grandpa, how come you know the tune?
Oh, I expect I heard it before somewhere.
Grandpa in my pocket! It was the school holidays. Mum was away on a basket weaving course, but we were all having a great time because guess who'd come to look after us? Bubbles, the babysitter.
This is a flamenco dancer from Spain!
And today, Bubbles and Jemima were sorting through some of Jemima's dancing dolls.
I love flamenco dancing. Ra-ta-ra-ta-ta.
Olé!
Look, I dressed my old dog Peter up in this costume.
Oh, very snazzy. That would suit me, that would.
Of course it would, Grandpa. Give that to Grandpa.
Today, all the dancing dolls were going to be on display. Miss Smiley was holding a dance afternoon in a cafe. Oh yes, today we had all been invited to Miss Smiley's dancing tea. Very soon, Grandpa and I were watching Bubbles and Jemima practicing in the garden.
Okay, Spanish dancing time. I need you for this, Jason.
Olé!
So Bubbles started to teach me to flamenco dance.
A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we need.
And Jemima joined in.
With a Benji wrist this time. And a
And Grandpa joined in from his chair.
other side.
And then Dad turned up.
Olé!
And he joined in too. We were all having a great time and were looking forward to getting Miss Smiley to dance too. But suddenly, what should we hear?
It's only me.
It was Great Aunt Loretta, Grandpa's sister.
Oh, hello, Bubbles. Oh, are you practising for the dancing tea? I can't wait. Arriba! Oh, ha ha! That looks like flamingo dancing.
Flamenco! It's called flamingo. Flamingo's fine.
I'm good at flamingo dancing.
Great Aunt Loretta started to dance, and she really did look like a flamingo. We tried very hard not to laugh, but it was no good.
What are you laughing at?
You dancing? Come on, let me have a go.
Don't be so silly. You're far too old to do dancing.
No, I'm not.
Of course you are. You can come to Miss Smiley's and watch her.
I don't want to watch, I want to join in.
Well, you can't. So that's that. Oh, that's right. Go for a little lie down. Sulky socks.
I ran inside after Grandpa. I knew he wasn't planning on a little lie down.
If Loretta's going to Miss Smiley's dancing tea, she's going to try and take over and boss everybody about. And we've got to try and stop her, Jason.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
You know what happens when Grandpa shrinks. He can get in my toy car and make it go. He can chuff about in our Sunny Sands train. I'm the only one who knows about Grandpa's magic shrinking cap, and no one else must see him. Meanwhile, back in the garden, Great Aunt Loretta was trying to do lime dancing.
Jason, come on, we're doing line dancing. Come on, practice.
We needed to get her out of the way. Luckily, Dad had an idea.
Do you know what, Loretta?
Hey, you?
I fancy a waltz. Would Madame do me the honour?
Oh, Madame Wood, thank you. Oh, so lovely.
The waltzing was going really well until...
Oh!
Oh, your dad's gone and hurt his foot. That means he can't dance with me.
Time to get going, everyone.
We mustn't forget the dolls! At that moment, I saw Grandpa peeping out behind the toaster.
Off you go, Jason.
It was no good. I had to go. So we all got into Campo and off we went to Miss Smiley's cafe. And Great Aunt Loretta said,
I hope Mr. Whoops is there. He's very good at organising dancing, Mr. Whoops is.
and Bubbles said,
I think he'll be looking after his shop, Loretta.
and Great Aunt Loretta said,
Oh, well, I'll have to organise everything then.
that was exactly what Grandpa said would happen. I didn't know how he'd get to Miss Smiley's cafe, but I knew he'd find a way. And I was right. At Miss Smiley's cafe, Jemima and two of her friends were arranging the dolls, and Great Aunt Loretta was unarranging them. But Bubbles was keen to get on with the dancing.
Shall we get on with the dancing?
These aren't in the right place.
And just when I thought Grandpa would never arrive, this is what happens. Luckily, everyone was far too busy to notice him. He quickly got off Gordon and hid behind the cake. And I quickly put Gordon in the doll's box.
How's it going?
Badly. She's interfering with all the dolls.
Oh, this one's ridiculous.
And Great Aunt Loretta grabbed Peter
There.
and put him in the box.
I can't wait to see you dancing.
Then Grandpa jumped in the box too.
Right, come on, line up. Come on.
At last, Great Aunt Loretta was ready to get going.
Right. No, we're starting with my line dancing. 1, 2, 3, 4. How down, heel, up, down, wave, back, heel, back, forward, heel, left, heel, right, heel, wave, hip, lasso. Come on, Jason, join in.
So I had to join in. Grandpa needed an idea. I just hoped it would be a good one. Everybody had been too busy to notice Grandpa making his way to a shelf. He decided to dress up in Peter's costume. He started to rearrange the dolls. Soon Grandpa had moved all the dolls about. I got it. He was hoping that Great Aunt Loretta would move them all back. And while she did, the girls could do their dance.
Excuse me? Those dolls have all moved. Who moved all these dolls? And this horrible one on the end. I put that in the basket.
Maybe you should arrange them all again, Great Aunt Loretta, while the girls do their dance.
I will do no such thing. I want to know who did it. Who was it, eh? Who moved all the dolls? Come on, own up.
Grandpa's plan hadn't worked. He signalled to me to go into the kitchen. Then he jumped off the shelf and ran. Miss Smiley decided it was time for tea.
There's nothing like some nice cakes and sandwiches to perk everyone up.
I'll help you with the plates, Miss Smiley.
Thank you, Jason.
We've got to find someone for Loretta to dance with. Dad's no good. She's already trodden on him. I know. Mr. Whoops.
Great idea. I'll phone him. But just then, Great Aunt Loretta called.
Jason, bring the plates, or we'll never have any cake.
Over to you, Grandpa. So I grabbed the plates and left Grandpa to talk to Mr. Whoops.
Oh, whoops. Oh. Hello? Mr. Whoops here.
Hello, Mr. Whoops. It's Grandpa.
Hello, Grandpa. What can I do for you?
Well, it's what you can do for Loretta, really. She's looking for a dancing partner, and there's nothing more she'd like than to dance with you.
And luckily, there was nothing Mr. Whoops would like more than to dance with Great Aunt Loretta. And by the time everyone had finished their tea, he'd arrived.
Whoops!
And in no time, Great Aunt Loretta and Mr. Whoops were dancing a tango. Grandpa joined in. So now that Mr. Whoops had warned Great Aunt Loretta out, it was the girls' turn. And Mr. Whoops joined in. And Grandpa couldn't resist joining in too.
Oh, I'm sure I just saw. Didn't that doll?
Oh, keep going, Bubbles.
Oh, it did it again.
Oh, everything dances at Miss Smiley's dancing tea. Everything.
This time Grandpa had gone too far. He had joined in enough. I had to hide him. The good news was that Grandpa was in the teapot. The bad news was he was still dancing.
You're so right, Mr. Whoops. Everything's dancing at Miss Smiley's dancing tea. Even the teapot. Look.
After the dancing tea, I put Grandpa back into the doll's box where he could change into his own clothes. And I brought him home. I ran ahead of everyone else. I took him out of the box. He whipped off his shrinking cap and came back to his normal size.
Well, Jason, did we stop Loretta spoiling the dancing tea?
We did, Grandpa.
I thought as much. Teamwork, eh?
Teamwork.
Ooh, Grandpa, you don't know what you missed.
Oh, don't I?
You should have come and watched and not been such a sulky socks.
I wouldn't have watched, I'd have joined in. Ho down, step up, down, wave. Back, 2, 3, step